Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sequoia Lending. So, before I start, I just want to share with everyone some new announcements. Many of you asking for, hey, do we offer any free memberships? The answer is yes, and it's now. It is here. So you should have already received an email from us or some posting on Facebook, so on and so forth. And we are offering free membership right now. So this is how it works. Okay. Every time when you close a deal, anytime when you close a deal, not only that we pay you the commissions, we will also reimburse you all the membership, all the monthly fee that you paid to a membership up to 12 months. So give you an example. Let's say if you join Sequoia today, you close a deal in April, you pay February, March, and April. So when you close a deal in April, we reimburse you all those 3 months. Moving forward, let's say your second deal is closed in August. So we reimburse you May, June, July, and August. You got it? So every time when you close a deal, whatever previously we have not yet reimbursed you, we reimburse you up to 12 months. Okay. After 12 months, then it's us. We're not going to pay you back. Okay. So again, we do have a free membership program out there. So go ahead and close deal, because the main thing is that we want people to go out there to have activities to close deals. Okay. So that is the free membership announcement for everyone. So today, what are we going to talk about? For all these years, we have been talking about many different type of products. We talked about different type of services, so on and so forth. So I think it might be a good training so that we can talk about what type of deal that we actually closed in the past. Okay. So today I'm going to share with you the deals that we close, so that you have an understanding the type of deals that we can close, and you can go out there to look for the proper clients. So let me turn on the screen right here. Okay. So as you know, in commercial lending, we are lending to businesses. We are lending to projects. We do not care about the personal income, so on and so forth. So we're lending to projects. So what kind of project can we lend on? So in today's training, I'm going to share with you some, I would say, unique cases. So you have an idea what type of deals that we have closed in the past. Now, I'm going to divide this thing into different categories. I'm going to divide it into working capital, equipment loans, investment loans, so on and so forth. So you have an idea. So the first category that I'm going to talk about is called the working capital. Just like you said, working capital is somebody that already have a business, that they need money to expand the business. Now, oftentimes, a lot of people asking me, hey, Alan, I have somebody that just started up a business and they need 50,000, 100,000, so on and so forth. My personal opinion, if they are a new startup business, it doesn't make sense for them to go out there to look for a loan until they have a business model that they know that they can generate income. Because if you do not even know your business work or not, you go out there to get a loan. Now, every single day, every single month, instead of focusing on how to build your business, you have the pressures to think about, how am I going to pay this loan? How am I going to pay this loan? It actually drags your attention away. It gives you a lot of pressures. So I would suggest all these new people, a new entrepreneur, if this is brand new business that you're running, you have no experience or whatsoever, don't go out there to get a loan. A loan is not for you to test out your dream. That's not what a loan is for. A loan is actually for you to expand your business. So once you identify your business model, once you know that business model can actually work, then it's time for you to expand it. And now you go out there to get a loan to expand the business that way. So working capital is exactly that way, and that is why a lot of the working capital, the lender is asking you to get at least 2 years of tax return. They want to see some sort of experience. If you're just startup, you only been there for a month or 2 months, getting working capital is very, very difficult unless you have what? You have collaterals. Okay, so working capital. Let's talk about this one. So the first one that we've done, this company is a construction company. They have already been in business for 20 years. Now, once you hear somebody in business for 20 years, that give you a smile on your face, because most of the time, if somebody that been in the business for that long, getting a loan is not difficult. I mean, they will get some sort of funding. They might not get all the funding that they need, but some sort of funding would definitely be possible. So for this construction company, they need working capital to expand their business. They because every time when a construction company pick up a job, they need funding to start the job first, and after they finish job, then they will get money back from the from their clients to reimburse them the funding that the money that they spent on the project. So this one is actually, they have project coming in all the time, so we funded him $200,000. No collateral needed. They have been in the business for over 20 years. They asking for 200,000. We give them $200,000. So it's a pretty straightforward funding. So working capital, we're doing a lot of working capital right now, but we do need to look at what? We do need to look at their financials, tax returns, bank statements, profit and loss statements, so on and so forth. Okay, so that is the first one. The second one, this one is also very interesting. This one, it's somebody that it's expand. They already own 2 franchise, Bonchon. I'm sure that you know what that is. It's the Korean fried chicken. Okay, they already own 2 shops already in Colorado. And at that time, they came to us, look for funding for the 3rd location. So in this particular case, we do need to look at those 2 different locations' financials. We want to see their global financial. Does it make sense for him to expand, or does it make sense for him to open up the 3rd location? So after we looked at it, it looks very good to us. We funded him $450,000, and that's what he's asking for. He's asking for $450,000 because he has the experience. We gave him 100% of the dollar amount that they asked for. Okay, so now the good thing is that right now, as we speak, he came back to us again. He wants to open up a 4th one. So his goal is to open 20 restaurants like this, 20 restaurants. Okay, so now we are giving him applying loan for him for the 4th location. So you can think, in commercial lending, you're not just funding one deal. When you run into the right client, when you fund them one time, they will keep coming back to you, keep coming back to you, keep coming back to you. So that this is the 4th locations that we are funding him this year, and hopefully, we can get fund it within a few weeks also. Okay, so this is a franchise, all right? Franchise expansion. The next one is also a franchise, but the difference with this one is that this is a brand new business. Now, I just mentioned to you that, hey, if somebody that is a brand new business, no experience or whatsoever, is very difficult for them to get a loan. That's what I said. But however, if you get yourself into a franchise, if you want to buy into a franchise, that is totally different. Why? Is because in franchise, they have very good training programs. They will train you. The system is already proven. Got it? It's already there. Without who's running it, they already have the system. They already know the system will make money. So from the lender's perspective, they feel more comfortable, and especially you are buying yourself into a well-known franchise. So for this particular client right here, he's a veteran. He was he was in the Army. He retired from the Army, and he doesn't want to. It's a young gentleman. I think he's in the late 20, early 30s, somewhere like that. He doesn't want to go find a job anymore. So he has some money saved, and he wants to open up a Cold Stone. So he asked for he's buying it for about $450,000. We funded him 90% of the cost. So because he doesn't have the experience, we want him to have some injection into the business. So he put down about $40,000-$50,000 into it. We funded him $400,000. So remember, if somebody come to you saying, hey, I have a brand new business, I want to get money, if that is just no brand, then it's very difficult to get money. But if there's a brand to it, a franchise to it, yes, getting money, it's very, very possible. So that is franchise. The next one that I want to talk to, this is fast money. This is a logistic company. They needed about $30,000-$40,000 very, very quickly. They needed, I believe, in this one, they needed in the 5 day in 5 days or so. So again, I mean, in 20 days, in very quickly. He does not have the time to go through underwriting, doesn't have the time to go through SBA, none of those things. So in this particular case, we funded him what we call a cash advance. It's like a credit card loan. Personally, I don't like that, but to some clients, that's what they want. That's what we provide. So for cash advance, we do not look at tax return, none of those things. We only look at 6 months of bank statement, and we funded him based on the bank statement. So we funded him very, very quickly. I believe that the reason that we funded in 20 days is because he was on travel, and after he came back, then he submitted the documentations to us, then we funded him. Okay, so this type of funding, it's pretty quickly. So now you have an idea what working capital it's all about. Now, the next one, the next category that we talk about is equipment loan. Okay, equipment loan. Now, what is equipment? When you're saying that, hey, I need money to purchase a chair, I need money to buy a computer, that is not equipment. Okay, that is working capital. Equipment is something that is essential for your business. So, for example, this air conditioning company right here, they purchased 40 unit of air conditioning unit. Because again, they have a job that they need to install 40 unit of air conditioning unit to a building, so on and so forth. So we provided him the funding for about $136,000. So now this company also been in business for more than 2 years, but we did look at 2 years of their tax return and other financials, and everything checked out. We funded him very, very quickly in the 2 weeks. We funded him $136,000. So this is equipment loan. Now, this is another one. This one is actually by also we funded. I'm not sure if you guys still remember Steve Flynn. This one is actually we funded his client last year. He has a client that does bristles. Okay, does nothing but bristles. So so I believe that a lot of the grocery stores and a company like this order bristles from her. So she has been in business for 13 years, a lot of experience. Now he need an extra machines to expand. As a matter of fact, she wanted 2 machines, but we were able to only fund her 1 machine just because, her financial cannot support 2 machines. So we suggested her, we get you 1 machine, you get it, you go out there, start the operation, and now you come back this year to get a second machine. So I'm sure that that's what she's going to do this year. So see, a lot of the times when you deal with clients like this, you're not just funding them 1 time. They will fund you twice and 3rd time and so on and so forth. So that's equipment loans. Now, you might run into some production company saying, hey, I need a supercomputer. Yes, supercomputer, that is equipment. Sometimes the supercomputer will cost about $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Yes, absolutely. That is equipment that we can fund. Okay, now the next category is truck. Especially after COVID or during COVID, a lot of this logistic company are doing very well just because everybody's staying home right now. When they're purchasing stuff, they don't go to the mall anymore. They all go to Amazon, go to Temu, or go to all these online shopping place to buy their items. So logistic company is actually doing very, very well. So a lot of the company, either they are out there purchasing more trucks, or there's a lot of drivers out there that used to drive for someone else, and now they come out to purchase their own truck. So this gentleman right here, he is a driver. He used to be a driver. He used to drive for someone else, and now he decided to come out and ready to purchase his own truck. So for this type of funding, most importantly, we want to look at their year experience. They need to have at least 2 years of experience in the industry in order for them to get a truck. So this one is a brand new business, but the good thing is that he has more than 2 years of experience. He purchased this truck from a private seller. not from a dealer. So we can still do that as long as the truck is there, legitimate transaction. There's no problem. We can definitely fund it. So this particular client right here purchased this truck from a private owner, and we funded him 100%. Now, because it's a private owner, it takes a little longer to get it done, because now we need to go out there to the lender needs to go out there to install a GPS system, so on and so forth. Just make sure that, if they don't pay the mortgage, or if they don't pay the monthly payment, the lender knows where the truck is. So, however, if you're purchasing from a dealer, the dealer would done all those things already. So this is a new company buying a truck. Next one, it's an existing company, and the owner is also a Sequoia member. Okay, so he came to us. He purchased one trailer. He actually purchased two trailers. So this is the second trailer that he purchased within 45 days of time frame. So he has been in business for a long time already. Purchased the second trailer. As you can see, not that much money, $26,000, right? But again, we funded in 7 days, right? We funded very, very quickly. So this one he purchased from a dealer. Everything's just so smooth. He has the experience to show, so it's no hiccup. So trailer purchase. Again, we funded him 100%, no down payment. So he's in Charlotte, North Carolina. Next client, this one is interesting. This client owns a restaurant. He wants to expand the business, but instead of open up another location like many other people do, he decided to purchase a food truck. He wants to have a mobile kitchen. So he's driving around the neighborhood, or from one neighborhood to another neighborhood, to sell his food. So again, that is another business model. She came to us looking for a truck. Absolutely, we funded her because, again, the restaurant's already been in operation. It makes perfect sense for us to give them a loan like this. Cost him about $41,000. Give him 100%. Now, the uniqueness for this one is that because the truck need to be customized, so it's a brand new truck. It's not there yet. As you can see, many of the client purchasing truck are used trucks, okay, used trailers. But for this particular one, it's actually a brand new truck. So the way we do it is that we gave them 50% to the vendor. Now, when they receive the 50%, they will start to build a truck for her. And after 30 days, the truck is done. Now the truck is ready to deliver. The lender will pay the vendor another 50%. So they got all their money and deliver the truck to the client. So there's the food truck. Okay. So those are all the truck fundings, all the equipment fundings, and working capital. So next, we're going into real estate related. As you can see, those last three categories has nothing to do with real estate. But now we're going into real estate, 1 to 4 units. First one is definitely fix and flip. I don't want to go into too detail about it. Many of us already know what fix and flip is all about. You buy an ugly house, you put money into it, you fix it, you flip it, you make the money. So we fund a lot of fix and flips, okay? Which is one of the easiest funding that we can provide. The most important thing is that we need to look at the construction budget, and we need to look at the experience of that investor. So fix and flip. The second one also is pretty straightforward. It's an investment property. Now, again, investment property, everyone knows about what investment property is. Okay, when you have a client that wants to purchase investment property, immediately what they think about is that, hey, let me go to a bank, let me go to a local mortgage company to purchase an investment property. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, you can do that. But the problem is that when you go to an agency loan, that's what we call them, they require a lot more documentations. They require to see the bank statement, they require to see tax return, they require to see your pay stubs, and they look at your DTIs, your ratios, the whole 9 yards. And quite frankly, a lot of the client might not be able to provide many of these documentations. So, and also they don't want to wait. Okay, they don't want to wait. So for this particular client, pretty straightforward. They came to us, no income check. We don't care about their personal. This is the difference between a personal agency loan, which you would go to a mortgage company to get, versus a business loan where you come to us. So a business loan, we don't care about your income. We don't care about your personal income. All we care is can this property generate income for you? So in this case, it does. The client put down 30%. Now it does need to require down payment. Okay, it does require down payment. It's just because this is a business loan. There's no such thing as 5% loan, 10% loan in the business world. So we do able to put require them to put down payment. So this client right here put down 30% down, no income check. We gave them a loan. We close it. So we close a lot of these deals on a regular basis. So the best thing for you to do is what? Go talk to your loan officers. Go talk to all the real estate agent that you know. Let them know that you can fund investment property like this and use a business loans to fund it. Now, I also have a training specifically talked about how to use business loans to fund investment properties. So go ahead, go watch that video. Okay, it's called 1 to 4 unit. So talk to them, because for real estate agent, they really don't care who closed the loan. As long as the loan is closed, they get their commission, everybody's happy, right? So a lot of the client, just because for whatever reason, it just take a long time, or they cannot get the loan from a traditional funding source. So talk to your real estate agent. I keep saying that over and over and over again. Go talk to them, let them know what you can do. And hey, also all these things that I post on Facebook, on YouTube, or whatever that might be, share the video. Repost the flyers that we post on Facebook, so that you can generate tractions. Now, one thing about running a business is become consistent. If you really see yourself making money in commercial lending, you got to be consistent. How do you consistent? Every single day, dedicate at least an hour or 2 hours, however much hours that you can commit to yourself. But commitment is the most important thing. Commit yourself at least 1 hour a day and start to run your business, whether you talk to your clients, talk to your agents, recruit the agents, or post things like this onto your social media and attract other attention. You got to have a LinkedIn, got to have a LinkedIn account. You got to have a Facebook account. I mean, again, I don't have to stress more, more about this. Next thing is that you need, next thing is a foreign national. This person live in overseas. He doesn't even live here in the United States, but he wants to purchase a property. All he needs to do is just to set up an LLC here in the United States, and he purchased that property. Now, the good thing is that he already set up an LLC here in the United States. So he purchased the property using that LLC. He's not even here in the country. So he was actually overseas. And when they purchased the property, they did, I don't know how they do it, the title company. I think they just Zoom with each other and see each other, and then they sign the documentations. Boom, we close the deal. So just want to let everybody know that, hey, we can do this type of loan. When they come into the country without any, without any a social security number, they don't have any credit score, none of those things, it's okay. We can still do it. Okay, we can still do it. But the trick is that they need to put down 35%. Okay, 35%. So again, this is pretty straightforward. Next thing, it's multifamily. Okay, multifamily. Multifamily is that in one complex, you have 5 units and above. One building, you have 5 units and above. And each unit got their own door, got their own kitchen, bathroom, so on and so forth. So that's multifamily. So this guy right here is actually in Parado, in California. He owns an apartment that got 10 units. He owns that building for over 15 years. And he needs to cash out from the building and to purchase other investment properties. So for this particular one, it's a cash out unit. So multifamily. So multifamily today is actually one of the hottest asset that any lender would like to fund. It's just because, regardless what the economy is, everybody we need to find a place to live. You might not need the place to go to work anymore. And that is why you see a lot of those office buildings actually doesn't have the value as he's supposed to have before. But now apartment building, actually, you still live. You still need a place to live. So that's multifamily that we definitely able to do. Next one, it's a mixed use. Mixed use, I mentioned that to everyone before. Mixed use is that, hey, in the back, the ground level, most likely is commercial use, and then above it, it would be residential use or some other uses. It could be industrial, it could be, so on and so forth. So for this one, the uniqueness for this one is that the client purchased this building. He is an investor. He is property rich, but cash poor. Okay, property rich, cash poor. So he doesn't have much money in his bank account, but he has a lot of properties, and many of those property has equity inside of it. So what we end up doing is that, hey, we looked at all the property that he has and put everything together. But then we were able to use his other property as cross collateral with other property and use those equity as the down payment for this particular one. So you see, commercial lending, there's a lot of flexibility on it. So it's not, if you go to just a traditional bank, most likely the bank would say, no, I cannot do this. I'm not going to be able to do something like this. But for commercial lending like us, we are specialized in providing solutions for our client. Now, the interest rate might be high, but it solved the problem. It solved the problem. Now, obviously, even though the interest rate is high, but what? He got the property he purchased it with a very good price. So the interest, it's only a what? Expense for that business. Does it make sense? Okay. So that is mixed use well, for this particular client. Now, this one is very, very interesting. I posted on Facebook. I have been doing commercial lending for over 20 years, and I've never seen something like this before. This is my first time in my life that closed a deal like this. I've never done something like this before, and I bet 99.999% of the lender out there will decline this loan if they know the situation. So for this particular one, the client actually owns an online shoe store. And he went out there to purchase a building and to move his shoe store, online shoe store, into that building. Now he has a retail place and also online. It's not an expensive property, only about $260,000. He told us that, hey, my credit score is 800. I can put down 50%, and I just need about $130,000 loan. Very easy. It should be easy, but for the longest time, I thought that, hey, this should be a pretty easy deal, slam dunk, and there's nothing to talk about. But the last minute, the time that we cleared up everything, then we asked them, hey, you saying that you have $130,000 down payment? Where is the money? As a matter of fact, we have been asking him all along, give me the proof of fund, give me the proof of fund, and he keeps saying that, yeah, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I will get it to you. I'll get it to you. But at the last minute, he told us that, hey, my $130,000 is in cash. Can you take it? Now, what do you think? I mean, I bet many of you are lenders or loan officers in this room, right? I bet if you're the loan officer and if you see that, hey, they have a cash, most likely is going to be not able to do it, especially for $130,000. Sometimes you might want to do a gift fund. Sometimes you might be able to add another person to your entity, so on and so forth. But again, it's just not that extreme. So, but we already done everything, right? We already done everything. So we talked to the lender. We got the lender online. We start brainstorming how to make this thing work. And then after, and the lender got the attorney involved, got everybody involved. So after all the discussion, after all the brainstorming, then the attorney saying, okay, fine, show me that he really has the $130,000. I want to see that he take a picture of all his money right in front of him. I want to see $10,000 a stack. I want to see 13 stacks. If he can show me that, okay, I would approve the loan. So that's what we did. Look at that. So he took the picture. He is sitting in front of his cash, $130,000 of it, took the picture, sent it to us. And on top of it, we asked him to write a letter saying that, hey, I verified that this $130,000 is my own money, not from someone else. I didn't borrow it. I didn't, sell drug, none of those things. This is my hard-earned money. Hey, which is fine because we know there's a lot of minority, especially, let's say, for example, in my community, in the Chinese community, a lot of them still like to see cash, put their cash under their mattress. It's all over the plate. I mean, it's very, very, it's just a tradition. So again, so for this particular one, finally, we got this thing approved. The lender asked him to take the pictures as I show you. And we got this thing closed. So think about this. I mean, again, that's another good example about commercial lending. What we can do in this business is to provide solutions for our clients. And if you are working with a bank or working with an agency, most likely those lenders not willing to give you any suggestion and any idea, and they will just shut it off. But commercial lenders, they are just like you and I. They work based on commissions. If they don't fund this deal, they're not going to get paid. So they will find all the possible way within the legal limit to get this deal funded. So finally, we got this thing funded. And if you want to know the detail of it, go to our YouTube channel. We make a video out there with our agent. Anthony, he was there, talked about this particular deal. So go out there and watch it. Okay. Ooh, okay, next one. This one is really, really commercial properties. Whatever I just showed you before, they has, you can live inside of it. You have the residential component to it, but now this is all commercial properties. It does not have any commercial residential component. So this one is a big building up in New York, Rochester, New York, worth about $35 million. The client asked, we funded the client $10 million on this particular property. The reason is she needs the money to renovate the building so that she can put cannabis tenant into this building. So apparently in New York right now, they are issuing a lot of license for cannabis. So a lot of these people get the license, but they need a place to grow, to do whatever they need to do. So this particular lady right here, again, get $10 million from us, use the money to renovate the building, and now renting it out to the clients who comes in to utilize the building to grow their business. So again, this one we funded her $10 million. This client also in the medical field, he produced drugs. Okay, he produced medicines. So in COVID, he produced medicines for treating COVID. So it's already got FDA approved, everything's done. So now the medicine needs to go onto market. So he needs money to do the promotion. Came to us asking for money, and we gave him $4.15 million. It's because he owns a building. This is the actual building that you see. He owns this building. The building worth about $10-11 million. He only owe about $1 million at that time. So we gave him a cash out. We gave him $4.1 million, pay off the first lien, and then still have money left over to do his marketing. So there are many, many creative ways for us to provide funding for our business. And especially when the business owner has real estate attached to it, that's the easiest thing. You can always tap into the real estate, get the money out, give them the money, give them the working capital that way. Okay, so that is medical building. This one, it's a seafood distribution company. Again, they already been running businesses in California. Same thing. They want to have cash out and use the money to purchase more inventory. If I remember correctly, what he wanted to do is that one of his competitor, actually the business is dying out. So he wants to go in to purchase that business from his competitor, and he needed the funding. So we get in and give him the funding for it. So the good thing, again, he has the warehouse. We cash out from the warehouse, give him $1 million, and he does what, he has the money to do what he needs to do. So warehouse, it's definitely is a good thing. We funded a lot of warehouse. So is this one. This is not a warehouse also. So this one is also in California. This client already has a cannabis business for over 3 years, over 5 years, put it this way, over 5 years. So he has been renting in 2021. Timing is right for him. He's ready to go out there to purchase a warehouse for his cannabis use. So for this particular one, I believe the loan amount it's a $1.1 million, but the property is actually about $2 million. So he's able to put down 50% of it, and we funded him 50%. Okay, or 70%. Sorry, 70% LTV. So yeah, 70%. Oh, that's pretty good. Now, the next category, it's construction loan. Building. The first one, this is a builder in Bay Area that he's developing a community. He's building 10 luxury homes in that community. A lot of experience. We like the deal. We like the experience. So we end up funding him 80% of the LTC. What does LTC stands for? Loan to cost. Okay, loan to cost. We funded him 80% of it. That 80% including for him to purchase the land, the horizontal development, and the vertical construction. So we gave him total $8.1 million for that entire project. So this is a pretty good deal. Bay Area. This one is very interesting. It's because this client right here, using his own money or his investors' money to build this single family home. It's almost done, 70% done. The shell is already up. You have the roof, you have the walls, you have the window, you got everything up already. But all of a sudden, one of the investors saying that, hey, I have no more money to put in. I can't do this thing anymore. So he got stuck. So now it forced him to go out there to look for a lender that can provide the funding for him. So in most cases, a lot of the lenders do not like to provide mid-construction funding just because they have no idea what he has done in the past, right? Did you build this thing according to code? Did you shortcut anything? But this particular client, again, has a lot of experience. So remember, in construction, from nothing to a house, experience is very, very, very important. Without experience, basically, it's impossible to get a loan. So for this one, he has the experience, and now we also start to think how to put this deal together. So the good thing is that he already have the shell, everything is already done. So now instead of calling it a construction loan, we structure this deal as a fixed and a heavy renovation loan, meaning that the house is already there. He's not building a house. He just need money to finish up the inside of the house, which is drywall, kitchen, bathroom, so on and so forth. So then it makes a lot of sense for the client. So see, a lot of the time people asking us, hey, Alan, what is the rate? What is the rate? I really don't know because, again, we need to structure the deal first before we can even come out with a rate, interest rate like this. So for this particular one, it's a perfect example. So we need to understand what the client is trying to do and how to package it so that the lender can accept this client. So that is our value. So think about this. I mean, no one's going to fund him. If he cannot get funded, what happened to the house? Most likely it got foreclosed. Most likely he has to sell the project, or he has to raise other money, and it's just taking forever to get this thing done. All right. So one more time, we are here to provide solutions for our clients. So this is mid-construction. Now, the rest is going to be big projects, okay, for big projects. So I'm going to show you what the actual term sheet looks like. So for this particular one, is a condo conversion in Brooklyn, New York. Condo conversion. He purchased a condo, converted into condos, into a one-bedroom, two-bedroom studio, whatever that might be. So this particular one, we funded him $3.2 million. So that is in Brooklyn. So as you can see, we've done a lot of construction deals. This one is a hotel construction in Palm Beach, California. Now, this is not one hotel. It's actually a resort. Okay, it's a resort. So this particular one, we funded him $12 million. Now think about this, $12 million. If we just charge 1%, what is $12 million? What was 1% of $12 million? $120,000 commission, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what commercial lending is all about. Now, obviously, you don't see deals like this every day. But what if you have a team of people? And that's why we're asking you guys to go out there to build a commercial lending business. Don't just go out there to try to do this thing by yourself. If you're by yourself, most likely you get frustrated. You do not have a deal to come in. You cannot close a deal. You don't see make money, and you will quit. But what if you go out there, start talking to real estate agents and loan officers and insurance agents and bring them into your network? They are the one that will bring in deals like this. You are not supposed, you don't need to construct a deal like this. You don't need to, package a deal like this. All you needed to do is to build a team of agents out there generating deals. When they get paid, you got 10% override. Think about this, 1%, $120,000 commission right here. Your override is what? 10%. 10% of what? 10% of the $120,000. And what is that one? It's $12,000 override. Are you okay with that? I think so. Okay. So next one, this one is a mixed use construction. Again, in Brooklyn, we've done a lot of project in Brooklyn. So this one, we funded him 12%. No, not 12%, 12 million. Okay. We funded him $12 million. Again, another apartment in Brooklyn. This one we funded $15 million. This one is a Hilton Hotel, also in I believe this one is in California, I believe. Let me see. I think it's in California, this one. So this one is a Hilton. It's a 140 room building. So this one we funded $30 million. Now, normally when you fund $30 million, $30 million is what? $30 million is normally 60% to 65% of the total cost. So the total cost for this building is about $50 million. Now, nobody's going to fund them 70%, 80%. Somewhere around 60% is more in a comfort level for most of the lenders. So 60% of what? Of 50 million is what? It's about 30 million. You see it? So which means that for such a big project, the number one thing that you need to ask your client is that, hey, do you have money to put down? If your client's saying that I'm building a $50 million project, I'm not going to put down anything, forget it. It's not going to work. Don't waste time. Walk away, run around. Well, run away from them. Until the client's saying that, yes, I can put down 30%. I have investors that's ready to put down 30%, put down 40%. Good, let's talk. So another hotel construction, this one is actually in Nevada. Okay, so this, oh, no, sorry, this one is in New York. This one is in New York. $44 million, again, a hotel construction. Okay, so you see, we've done a lot of hotels, construction, apartment buildings, big numbers, ticket items like this. This is the biggest deal that we ever done for construction, $72 million in Manhattan, also a hotel. Okay, the entire project cost about $132 million to build. $132 million to build. So we funded him $72 million. So it's about 55% LTC for this one. So we make some pretty okay money on this one. Okay. So again, I mean, those are all the projects that, I mean, just some of the projects that we have done throughout the year. So at least give you an idea what commercial lending is all about. What is the possibility? Ranging from a few $1,000s working capital or equipment loan, all the way up to hundreds of millions of dollars construction loan. Anything in between is possible. It's all about you. What do you want to do? Are you participating or are you still watching? Are you out there talking? Are you out there to talk to business owners? Are you out there to talk to attend Chamber of Commerce meeting? Let them know that you have the funding to provide to all these businesses. You will see miracle. You will see deals come in. Okay. So again, that is all I want to share with you today. And we having another program that come onto our platform very, very soon. That program actually is already launched, but we are fine-tuning that program. We are going to announce it on the last Wednesday of February. That program will allow you to talk to your client one time and you will get paid every single year as long as the client stay in that program. Every single month, every single year. Okay. So we are going to announce that on February 28th. Next week, we invited one of our lenders to come online to talk to us. How do you generate business? That is next Wednesday night. So this gentleman right here, his name is Carl. He's the one that closed that deal that you see a whole bunch of that gentleman's taking a picture with cash in front of him. He closed that for us. He's the lender. So we invited him to come to our training on next Wednesday night. He's going to he has tremendous amount of experience. He's going to share with us how can you generate deals. So that's all I have for tonight. Any comments, suggestions? Want to talk about it? Great call. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, Alan, I got a question, Alan. This is Dimitri.
Yes, Dimitri, go ahead.
You got a suggestion. It's only a suggestion too. I get a lot of people who wonder, how do I do this and how do I do that? And it's nice to listen to these webinars and you learn a lot from you guys and you talking. I was going to suggest if the company's got time, and I'd be glad to contribute to it, is doing an ebook on all the products and what the forms you need to get this done. You know, the mechanics of, you know, a loan to value, what does it take? You know, what kind of forms do you need for this particular type of funding?
We have that already.
You do.
So if you go to your product page, do you see
Okay.
this? Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
So on the product page, all you have to do is just click down here. You look at that. We tell you what the loan amount would be, the credit score that you need, the terms, approximately what the LTV would be. Now we tell you what document we need, applications, corporate docs, bank statements, so on and so forth. So if we look at each one of these, we tell you what that is all about.
Well, you could build an ebook just off those if you just want a book to flip and open, you know, you could build it right off that. You're right.
Well, I mean, obviously we can do a lot of things, right? So again, it's
Yeah.
already on the website. So we just want to go paperless.
Sure.
But yep, we are there already. And we also do have a product book. I don't know if you know that or not. It's actually in your back office. You go to your back office, you go to marketing, you click on it, you have a product book right there, just like what you said.
Okay.
It's there already. We have that for years, not years, months. Okay.
Good. Thank you for telling me. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, you got to connect to us. I mean, connect to on our Facebook. It's impossible for us to tell every single one agent and individually. So connect it to us. We send out information through email, Facebook, Instagrams, you know, all over the place. So you got to find us. It's up there already.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Alicia is asking, I was wondering what the picture meant. I'm not sure what you're asking, Alicia.
Hi, Alan. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, I can hear you.
Hey, no, I saw the post the other day and I was trying to figure out why the guy was sitting there with his money, and now I get the concept. It's a great idea. That's all I was saying.
Okay, got it. Okay, good. So Miss Washington said, do you guys fund tiny home development? The short answer, no. Why? Because no lender understand how to fund this type of tiny homes. The value is the values there, because a lot of this tiny home worth about 30, $40,000, $50,000 to build. So to a lot of the lender, that's not worth the time to underwrite something like this. So now, however, how do we fund tiny homes? We fund based on the business. So we, for example, let's say if the investor purchasing all these tiny homes and they have a business, now we can look at their business to see if we can give them a working capital, or we can give them a gap funding, or we can, if they own other real estates, we can cash out from the other real estates and provide the funding for them that way. So again, that is the only, I shouldn't say the only way, but that's the way that we know so far. Because again, you're not the first one that talked about tiny home. There's so many people come to us asking about tiny home, and we have been talking to many lenders and banks, and unfortunately, we just cannot find anybody that is funding it yet. But however, we are not going to give up. The reason is that we know tiny home is the trend. So sooner or later, somebody is going to fund this type of project. So quite frankly, if you know anybody that fund this type of project, let us know. We would love to partner up with them and start funding this project as well. Okay?
Hey, Ellen, could I add something to that? This is Demetrius again.
Yes.
You know that I am involved with a unit, a corporation in Myrtle Beach that does the tiny homes, but it's only 25% of the tiny. We've got cottage houses that are the size of a regular house. They're up to 5 and 4 bedroom. We've got 2-story houses, and we have triplexes and fourplexes. So we do just more than tiny homes. You know, that's a small portion of our product. So we can fund those, right? The cottage houses, if 80,000.
Yes, if it is a
100,000.
regular, yes, if it is a regular house that the lender knows how to underwrite, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
don't think about this from your perspective. All these things are good thing, right? It's the trend, new technology, very good, very cool stuff, new materials,
Yeah.
very good. That's from as a consumer.
I mean,
As
our homes coming
as
from,
a manufacturer, very
they
good.
come in from China,
Right.
they're metal frame.
Understand.
They exceed the building code of the United States, they exceed it. So,
Okay. So from the lender's perspective,
yeah,
the first question the lender's asking is that
Yeah.
who else out there are funding projects like this? I don't want to be the first guinea pig to give out money to a new idea. Does it make sense? Give you an example.
Yeah.
Solar panel.
Yeah.
When solar panel came out, there's no such thing as a solar panel loan. Nobody's funding it.
Mhm.
So you need investors to come in here purchasing all these solar panel, and now that's why you have Solar City installing solar panel on people's rooftop as as a feature, and they pay them free. I installed the solar panel for you for free, so on and so forth. But as time goes on, now people understand what it is. People start to funding this, and nowadays you go out there to purchase a solar panel, you can get funding all day long. People already know. But
Yeah.
tiny home, same thing. We're going through the same revolution. So
Yeah.
tiny home just came out. All the lender, you are watching me, I'm watching you. Who is funding this? If you fund this thing first, not only that you fund it, but the most important thing is that after you fund it,
Mhm.
now you can sell it. So for example, you build a tiny home. Once you build a tiny home, let's say it costs you $200,000 to build this home. Let's not call it tiny home. Let's just call it new construction, right?
Right, yeah.
So after you build the $200,000, now when a buyer coming in to purchase this type of loan, is that person able to get a loan from a traditional bank?
Okay,
If that buyer cannot get a loan from a traditional bank, the lender is not going to fund it, because how am I going to get out? Does it make sense? So again, we are going through a revolution right now. We are going through actually, a change of way things working. So a lot of the lender, quite frankly, lenders, most important thing is that they're asking, how am I going to get my money back?
well, Alan, I don't mean to disrupt what you're saying, it's quite true what you're saying, but I have already found a federal credit union out of Texas will fund tiny homes. I have asked
Perfect.
all
Absolutely.
the agents I need. If you want to buy a tiny home, somebody contact me, I'll help you.
Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so much on tiny home. And
Yeah, thank you.
so Andre, for the email, I saw that you have the email already, and I saw that the support team sent you a few times already. So again, send an email to support, please. The support will help you out, okay? Or give me a call tomorrow, okay? I can help you out. Okay, good. Any other questions? If nothing, then, well, enjoy your Valentine's Day. Have a good dinner, have a good drink with your honey, and I see you next Wednesday. The most important thing, this week, what are you going to do? Let's submit a deal into the pipeline. All right, guys.
Thank you, Alan.
Take care,
Happy
guys.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, Alan.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.